Hey, come here often? Well, I do. My name's Kony, and this is another React video. Today, we're reacting to The Story of Kony 2012 by Internet Historian. Let's freaking do this.
Kony 2012 is the story of a man, Jason Russell, and his relentless quest to stop Ugandan warlord, Joseph Kony.
Oh.
Let's begin where the action started. On March 5th, 2012, a charity called Invisible Children published a high-production video called Kony 2012. It was an awareness campaign seeking to mobilize action to capture or kill Ugandan warlord Joseph Kony.
And the goal of the story was to make Kony famous.
30 minutes long, and really tried to pull at your heartstrings.
Why?
At the end of my life, I want to say that the world we've left behind is one that Gavin can be proud of. A place that doesn't allow Joseph Konys and child soldiers.
And little Gavin would have been proud, because it took off like no video on YouTube ever had.
We wanted 500,000 views in the whole year of 2012. We got 500,000 views in the first 3 hours.
It received 100 million views in the first 6 days. 1.4 million likes.
Okay, but what is making him famous? How does that hurt him? Because usually when you make people famous, it only helps them. I guess he's got a famous hit. Also, that's kind of strange to make a YouTube video to put a hit out on somebody.
Likes. Click that link in the description below. They clicked it so hard the website went down, and their email was so inundated that the service provider assumed it was an attack and temporarily pulled the plug.
What?
The Times named it the most viral video ever. It raised the charity over $20 million.
Wow.
People really went fucking bananas for this video and those Ugandan kids. 4 million hashtags. People changed their Facebook profiles, so you knew it was a big deal.
Wow.
A fan-made mobile game. Are you woke about Joseph Kony? Yeah, but are you woke enough to get a tattoo? People were...
Okay, I feel so bad because I thought Kony was the name of the guy that started the fundraiser, not the name of the Ugandan dictator or whatever. Now I kind of feel bad, like, using that name.
Up for pretty much anything to stop Kony, as long as it didn't involve any practical action. 1 like equals 1 saved child. But who is Joseph Kony and what's all the fuss? Well, he's the leader of the Lord's Resistance Army, LRA.
My God, you're crazy.
And he really is one of the most evil people living today.
Really?
Imagine the worst crime you can
He's
think of
still
committing,
alive?
and he'll have done it thousands of times over.
Takes children, makes them kill their parents and eat their parents.
The surviving girls will be kept as sex slaves, and the boys conscripted into the LRA as child soldiers.
I know, it's kind of a bummer.
It's all part of a civil conflict that's been going on for 30 years.
Wait, he's kind of
We'll
like...
get into the details later, but for now, consider this our one-dimensional bad guy. And here's our protagonist.
I'm getting some queer vibes
Jason
from him.
Russell, the figurehead of Kony
Russell?
2012 and Invisible Children. He's a devout Christian, stereotypically Californian,
I do
he's
consider myself
Christian?
a refined valley dude.
but he has a bad boy side too.
Oh.
So it all starts in 2003 when, as a naive and aspiring filmmaker, he goes to Uganda with 2 friends in search of a story. While driving through a rural village,
A car was shot in front of us by a rebel army who was led by a guy named Joseph Kony.
they drive to a city for safety and find this. It turns out it's part of a nightly routine. Kids live in the villages, but commute to the city to sleep there to avoid being kidnapped in midnight raids by the LRA.
Aww.
Thousands and thousands of kids without an adult in sight.
Jason had found his story.
Oh
And
my
a cause.
gosh.
It must have made a real impression on him, because for the next 10 years he dedicated himself almost exclusively to trying to improve things in Uganda and stop Kony.
Wow.
Kony 2012 was the culmination, but in the preceding years he tried a bunch of other schemes. This,
The bracelet campaign.
this,
Twice daily broadcast about where the LRA is and where they're active.
And this.
Do what we always do. Dance.
Oh my god!
This is all real.
We're on a mission, put Uganda deep inside your mind. It needs attention and
my
attention
God.
make it sparkle and shine. We gotta shake it up and break it up and let the war without a gun.
This is kind of
Naturally,
iconic.
questions have been raised about his sexual orientation.
All these other rumors too that
Oh.
you were gay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard those rumors.
Yeah.
My parents started a
Aw, man,
large
I'm no-
children's theater
I'm no better than the
organization, so I
rumors.
am
Theatrical.
theatrical.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Straight men are allowed to enjoy musicals its current year. Back to Kony 2012. So the video lays out a plan called Cover the Night. Here's what you do. Pay $30 for your super special Kony action kit.
Oh.
Ooh, that's nice. In the kit
Cool.
you'll find 5 items. Button, bracelet, stickers, shirt, and these posters. Then,
Oh.
on April 20th, in the dead of night, go out and vandalize your town with awareness.
And wake up to hundreds of thousands of posters
Dang.
demanding justice on every corner.
It was going to be amazing. Everyone was on board. The countdown to April 20th had begun. And
Oh,
all
it's
Jason and
April
Co. had to do
420?
was keep the momentum going and not fuck it up.
Did they do it? Literally the
new
next
way
day?
to move the world to action.
But this movie is not without critics.
Critics say the film manipulates the facts,
Simplifying the story.
Oversimplifying a wildly complex issue.
Uh-oh.
Joseph Kony and his forces have been significantly reduced.
Pro-war activism.
Utterly naive to
By next week, this will be a passing
These
fad.
white Westerners sort of getting on a bandwagon, and actually they haven't got a clue what they're talking about.
Ooh.
A day or two later, the heady excitement gave way to more down-to-earth analysis. Media commentators started making scathing critiques of the video, and testimony from Uganda wasn't entirely positive either.
It's unfortunate that we can have people who are merchandising, but using people's problems.
Then it got
Oh,
really serious.
That's a good point.
Teenage girls started weighing in.
Kony, so I asked my mom, and my mom laughs and goes, "He died like 5 years ago."
This is wrong, by the
What?
way, but it was
Oh,
seen by
that's
4
wrong.
million people. From a source of "my mum said it, so it must be true." The term slacktivism started cropping up more and more. Legitimate questions were asked. How will the money donated be spent?
Oh, yeah, that is
invisible
true.
Children would send would have to go to the Ugandan military.
Why did you put your son in the film?
You know, why would you put your son in the film? You know, why did you put yourself in the film? It was questions about our sincerity.
Why are they saying Kony is in Uganda when he's actually in the Central African Republic?
Wait, really?
Invisible Children
Is he?
wasn't popular among other charities either. They were hogging the limelight. And they released Kony 2012 just 2 days before International Women's Day, a critical fundraising time for some.
How dare
Even
they?
the Ugandan Prime Minister took a few jabs.
We do not need a sleek video on YouTube for us to take notice.
Once people
Maybe
started
you
feeling
do.
misled, they turned against the organization and squared the blame on one person. The pressure was building.
Oh no.
Online backlash and a hectic schedule was starting to take a toll.
My phone was getting 10 text messages every second. It was just...
Millions of supporters on one side, millions of critics on the other.
On and on and on.
Make Kony famous? Well, it made Jason famous too. And the pressure kept increasing.
Oh no.
He was flying all over the country to spread his message,
Took the red eye to New York, landed at 5 in the morning.
working around the clock.
On the Today Show, People Magazine, Reuters. By day 3, I was in LA doing interview after interview after interview. 17 interviews in 48 hours. Wow. So
He was sleeping less
Whoa.
and becoming more erratic.
not being able to sleep, not being able to stop my racing mind.
Criticism from every direction.
Oh no,
And
he
it was
is
like,
manic.
You're the worst. You're terrible. And Kony's dead.
They started saying the whole project was for his ego, or based on greed, and not just criticism.
Well, where did the money go?
Responsibility. How are you going to stop children from being murdered, Jason? You promised a solution, Jason. When are you going to deliver, Kony?
At the end of that day, my mind was exhausted.
To release the pressure, he and his family tried to take a couple of days off by going to Palm Springs.
Aww.
The people recognized him there too.
No
so they hid
way.
away in their hotel room with the curtains closed.
That
Jason
sucks.
was starting to crack. Paranoia, delusions of grandeur. He went with his family to see the Lorax, and he thought the film was speaking to him directly. Voices in Jason's head told him that he needed to get to New York in the next 12 hours or Kony would win, whatever that meant. Then, he stripped off all of his clothes and ran out into the street.
I was on a street in San Diego.
What?
Totally naked and crazy out of my mind. Someone driving by in a car took a video on their phone, and they sold it to TMZ for $30,000. And then my naked and crazy mess went viral as well.
Some have said that he was jacking it and that he was on drugs. Neither is true.
Okay,
It's
so
just
you...
a very distressed man having a mental episode.
Were you also masturbating? Did I hear that too?
No one who was there ever said that that was happening.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm naked, so it's not a far extension of, imagination.
He was taken to...
That sucks. They lied about that. I remember hearing about that he was like jacking off in public. Yeah, that just seemed like he was having an episode. And that's actually really common, by the way, when people have like mental episodes. Often what happens is they like take off clothes, because having clothes on your body is like so overstimulating when your mind is going crazy. Like, it's not uncommon. It's not like a weird thing in a funny way. So that's, man, that makes me like really upset about, I mean, it doesn't make me upset. It's totally cool that someone recorded that. I think that was important to like record that and report that to somebody. Selling it, however, that's not that great of a thing. But wow, I can't believe people lied about him just like becoming a nuisance. It kind of just seemed like he was pacing back and forth and not hurting anybody.
The hospital, not jail.
Police say when they showed up, they didn't see any of that and was taken to a local medical facility, that he was not arrested though.
And then he thought the staff were trying to kill him.
Just one of those things where I'm like, I don't believe what you're saying. You're trying to kill me.
He ran around in his underwear, kicking in doors until eventually he was subdued and sedated.
Did you come back to yourself as you know yourself?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
What?
2 weeks, whoa.
Yeah.
Later on, one Sharona Reed tried...
That literally lines up with psychosis. Because you don't just snap back. You kind of have to slowly like come back to reality with medication and treatment.
...to sue Mr. Russell for the trauma of having to see him do naked calisthenics. As far as I can tell, though, that lawsuit went nowhere.
Can you think of anything else that's worse than running around naked going like this on TMZ?
Well, maybe one thing.
What? Oh. Yeah, honestly, this is
While
more
all of this
embarrassing.
was happening, the countdown to the day of action was still ticking. Thousands of kits had been sold. Get ready for an awareness campaign so effective you'll think you're living in Uganda.
Wait, he went crazy before April 20th, 2012? Oh my gosh, that must have spread it even more.
The kids rolled out into the street. Selfie sticks and posters ready. Let's do it. Let's save those kids. We're changing the world. Oh, God, yes. But it wasn't all well intended. Some took it as a chance to vandalize their neighborhood with impunity.
That's messed up.
The adults were left to clean up the mess. And despite the impression you might get from this fancy montage, the turnout was abysmal. Here are some figures. Toronto, 50,000 people registered. Real attendance? 50. Sydney, 18,000 people registered. Real attendance? 12. Montreal, 4,800 registered. Real attendance? 0.
Why is he the only listed Canadian cities?
Did they cancel their event and
also, of course, Montreal didn't do jack. Are you joking? Montreal is in Quebec, which is like the French Canadians. They don't give a crap about nothing.
post calling Invisible Children a fraud organization. This is what 4 million Kony hashtags gets you. Now, I bet you want to know where Invisible Children, Jason Russell, and Kony are now.
Yeah.
But before I tell you that, I want to go on 2 quick tangents of things I found while researching. In the Kony 2012 video, you'll see this guy, Luis Marino Ocampo,
Oh no.
Chief Prosecutor for the International Criminal Court. This would be the organization that charges Kony if he was ever caught. Well, in 2017, a bunch of Louis' emails were leaked, and they detailed one hell of a caper to catch Kony and bring him to justice.
Oh?
I'm not making any of the following up, right? Here's the plan. Lure Kony out of the jungle with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie as bait.
Straight from a Hollywood movie, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt attempting to arrest an African warlord.
So it would go, the A-list couple would fly to the edge of the jungle where Kony is hiding and call him up with an invitation to dinner. Kony, starstruck, would of course say yes. He'd show up, presumably bottle of wine in hand, and...
Also, why... Sorry, not to be weird, but... I don't think you need Brad Pitt. I think Angelina, just Angelina would be fine. You know what I mean? Like, anyway.
ready to mingle.
The
Then,
perfect
imagine
plan.
his shock. It was a trap all along. Special forces would pop out from behind the salad bar and get their guy.
One idea appears to have been for Angelina Jolie to lure him to a private dinner where he would be arrested.
It was a foolproof plan, but unfortunately...
I think it would work on me. Like, I'm thinking about it logically. If Angelina Jolie came to me in a jungle and was like, hey, do you want to have dinner with me? I mean, is it just 2? Like, it's just me and you? Or is Brad gonna be there? What's going on? No, it's just gonna be you? Oh, I mean, what time? I could pick you up, I don't know. What kind of flowers do you like?
Fortunately, it was never realized. Once Miss Jolie stopped responding to Louis' weird emails, Ocampo approached George Clooney for use of his spy satellite.
The chief prosecutor had also attempted to recruit George Clooney in a plot to fly spy satellites over Libya.
Okay, low-key, I think this guy just wanted to meet celebrities. He just wanted to meet celebrities. He was like, write it off as we're gonna try to lure them into capturing Kony. That as a tax write-off. So go ahead and pay for that meeting so I can meet Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt, and George Clooney.
Yes, that's correct. George Clooney partnered with a satellite company to spy on al-Bashir of Sudan. Okie doke. Anyway, he responded that the satellite wasn't powerful enough. So then Ocampo moved on to his backup date, Sean Penn, whom he invited to the UN security meeting in South Sudan. What?
Okay.
And there were some people having fun with Kony 2012 as well. Turns out Kony looks a lot like Carl Weathers in the movie Predator. So an idea was formed. Take this screenshot from Predator, post it on Facebook and say how great he is without mentioning the name. Then wait for some slacktivists to immediately assume it's Joseph Kony. Then you call them racist. It was good for a few minutes of fun. Then they tried it on the official meetup pages. Promptly deleted. And we're back. So get a load of this total car crash, dumpster fire, shitstorm, diaper hurricane, am I right, guys? Well, no. Despite all the mishaps and poor turnout, Kony 2012 was a massive success.
Yeah.
The goal was to make an obscure warlord in rural Uganda a household name. And they succeeded. A reach in the hundreds of millions on a budget of about $1.5 million.
Wow.
Any marketing agency would kill for that. In fact, 7 years later, you probably clicked on this video because you have some vague notion of Kony and that video already. Now, let me give you a very brief rundown on where everyone is, then let's get out of here. Invisible Children. Outside of long-term and small-scale projects, they've largely ceased operations. Joseph Kony. He's still out there, but his army is shrinking and splintering. He is effectively in hibernation. And Jason Russell. He's no longer with Invisible Children. He's also been breakdown free since 2012.
Let's go!
But he's still doing the activism thing. Look, I've had to gloss over so many details in this video, and there are so many more questions to be answered. But I don't want this video to be an hour long or to take 2 months more to make, so I'm going to round this one off with a Q&A on the second channel. What about that $20 million they raised?
Yeah.
Why didn't the US military or the Ugandan military ever just bomb the shit out of Kony? What did Kony have to say about the
Okay, I'm a little upset that they're not going to tell us where the 20 million went in this video. I think that's kind of important.
Video? All of these questions, and a ton more, plus any questions you may have of your own. Uganda want to see it.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was really good.
Remember Ugandan Knuckles?
Ha ha ha. That's so funny, Ugandan Knuckles. No way. Oh, jeez. That was awesome. I really was like confused about that whole thing. I actually learned something. That's how you know when a video is good, when you actually learn something. So he wasn't jorking it, and he didn't get arrested. He just got transported to a medical facility, and he was like under psychosis. Wow. Anyway, here we go. Thank you for watching that epic react video. I made a playlist of my other react videos. If you want to go check those out, check it out. It should just be reacts. Anyway, leave a like and comment, and let me know what you want me to watch next. Bye bye. See you later. Bye bye.